Hey everybody, it's Christina with My Confection Obsession, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these super fun and super simple galaxy cookies. So before we get started with decorating, let's go over all of the supplies that we're going to need. So I have some completely plain and undecorated sugar cookies, and I just used a circle cut out. I have some fondant and some water that I'm going to be using to attach it. I have purple, blue, pink, and also black. And then I also have some white that we're going to be using later as well. I have lots of different paint brushes, and for these I need kind of, they can actually be kind of bigger sized. And then I do have a very small paintbrush that I'm going to be using for stars later. And I have this toothbrush, and I'll be showing you how we're going to be using that as well. So obviously a completely unused, clean toothbrush, and I have this one literally just for anything I do with a galaxy tutorial, because I've done cakes before and I've done cookies, so that's what this toothbrush is for. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll out some fondant to simply attach to the cookies so that we can start decorating. Okay, so I have my fondant rolled out, and I'm just going to cut out some circles to cover my cookies. So as you guys have probably figured out, I definitely prefer using fondant on my cookies to cover the base rather than royal icing, because there's no wait time, and I just find royal icing can be a little bit frustrating and you have to use a lot of it. So when I'm short on time and I just want a really clean, easy base on a cookie, I always use fondant. So what I'm going to do is attach these to the cookie. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water on the back. So we don't want too much, just a light wash, and attach it to the cookie. I'm just lightly pressing it. So now we're going to go ahead and start painting. So these cookies, I feel like they're pretty foolproof. You really can't mess them up, and you get to be abstract and creative, and the impact is really big. Everybody loves these cookies, and so honestly they're kind of a showstopper, and they're really easy. So I'll show you what I do. So I'm going to use my I have 4 different food colorings here, and for these I'm just using Wilton gel colors. And I'm going to start with blue first, and the medium-sized paintbrush. Actually, let's use this one. So just grab a little bit here, and I'm going to go ahead and water it down with a little bit of vodka. So I like to do is just pour vodka in the middle, and I'll use it to mix all my different colors. Okay, so add a little bit here. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna start kind of putting blue wherever I want. So I'm not covering the whole thing, just different splotches of it, different areas. So for this, I did use a different brush for every color. I find it just a lot easier than cleaning in between. It's way less time consuming. So I'm gonna go ahead and do purple next. So same thing. This purple, I think, is starting to dry out, but that's okay because I can just mix it with a little bit of alcohol. And again, I'm just gonna go over and paint purple. I am gonna wanna leave a little bit of white on this because I do want to leave some area for pink. So again, I'm gonna use a little bit of white spots to add in that bright pink. Now our pink. So I can see that this is starting to mix in a little bit of other colors, and I don't want that to happen on this first pass, so just kind of rinsing it off. Okay, so you cover the whole cookie pretty abstractly with the 3 different colors, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back over it, and now I'm going to kind of start to let them blend and overlap to really give it depth and that galaxy, like outer space feel. So just go back in with all of your colors, and this time they can be a little bit watery, and you want them to overlap. One tip is I am gonna leave a little bit of pink like not covered and not overlapped, because if you do, you'll completely lose all of it. And I do want just like a tiny bit to show up. Last part of the painting is we're actually going to add just a tiny bit of black. And this we don't want to overwhelm, so just like a tiny bit. So I'm using gel here. Definitely want to dilute this. So just like a touch. So I'm going back in with the blue. Just water it down a little bit. Okay. So now you have your base completely covered, and you do have to let it dry for quite a while, like several hours, if you can overnight. And so I'm gonna set these aside to dry, and I do have a couple here that have been drying for a while, and I'm gonna show you how to put on the stars. And I'm gonna use my white food coloring here, and this is when we get to use our toothbrush. Oops, so make sure, shake this. We want it pretty thick. So I'm just gonna take the toothbrush and dip it like that, and we're gonna flick it. It's a very artistic technique called flicking. So we're here, and we're just gonna kind of splatter some stars. Just like that. And that's definitely what gives it the galaxy appeal. And it's actually good if you get like some big drops. Yeah, so I got one there, completely covered in white. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in with my paintbrush and just do a few little details. So the last little bit of this is you can take a star, like if it's like a big blob, and you can kind of make it like a shooting star. Maybe you want to make like a little swirl. I'm gonna add some bigger dots. So I love how this cookie turned out in particular. I think it's super pretty, it has really good depth here. And I hope you guys try this tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. And also, if you guys have any ideas for something you would like to see me try, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback and maybe get some new ideas. And also go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest.